Hello friends, my name is Satyam Gupta. Today I will present two topics for you. One is for technical one, another one is the principal. So in technical topic friends, today I will cover our inspection documents class 2.1, 2.2, 3.1 and 3.2 which is as per BSEN 10204. And our second topic which is very interesting and we called actually principles. So this time I am also covering the same thing like time management principle, but the topic is outsourced task or delegation. So friends, outsourced task or delegation is very essential if you are own a company or if you are in leadership in a company. So I am taking one example in which you are working as a manager, you are working as a leadership in a company. So you have your team with you. So how you can make a win-win situation for you and for your team. You know, if you are working as a higher role or leadership role, so you know the various different tasks. But the main important thing, if you know how to delegate and when to delegate and how to outsource and when to outsource, then you definitely will be more efficient, more effective for your work. So like if I am talking about the efficient for win-win situation of your colleague and yourself, then if you delegate some critical work to your colleague, so he will grow and you will try to help him to grow, because whenever he is stuck in any problem, you will help him to grow. Definitely your colleague will increase and your work will be magnified and you can do lots of work, because if I am talking about you are alone, so you have only two hands. But if I am talking about your team, when your team with you, you have multiple hands. So you can do whatever you can think. So friends, like that you can enhancement of your job and your work. And second thing, if you are own a company, so when company was small, so you can imagine that lots of work the same person need to do, like owner need to do. Start from cleaning to taking order from client, from execution to promoting and marketing of the company, all role of one single person need to do. But once it's come to in next level, then he need to start delegating, need to start to trusting people. If he start delegating, then he can increase his horizon to cover the entire world, and definitely after some time he can cover maximum portion of the world and his turnover will also increase. And in delegation and outsourcing, trust factor is very important. If a person can trust, he can increase effectiveness. But trust does not mean he will not look at all. He need to look at all by the help of KPI, by the help of processes. There are lots of tools by which he can look the work which are going on. So if I am talking about the difference between delegation and outsource, so delegation, when someone is authorized to someone in lieu of himself, like the work he need to do, he is authorized someone else to perform this job. This is called delegation. And what is the outsource activity? In outsource, when he transfer the work to another work on the amount of something, like on the cost of some amount, he transfer his job to someone else. So friends, now I am telling you like what kind of benefits you can get when you transfer, when you transfer or you outsource activity. What kind of benefit you will get? You will be maximize your work. You will be more effective. You will be more efficient in your work. That is the first benefit. And second benefit, you will earn more cost effective. Like if I am talking about cost side, you will save lots of cost, because if you hire someone for permanent job, you need to take care for monthly salary, you need to take care for yearly salary, everything, every benefit you need to take care. But if you are doing outsource activity, for a specific job you need to pay and whenever you get the desired result or acceptable result, you need to pay only for those. And third point, your headache will be also lesser. When you outsource the activity, your headache will be lesser. This is also one important task, so that you can increase your horizon. And fourth one, your focus on the processes will be high. So you can think what you want, you can adhere that process in your system. And second thing, what kind of processes you need to outsource. Number one, in which high specialized knowledge requirement set is required, then you can do outsource, because if you are hire someone for special or specific knowledge, then cost will be high. So you can outsource that activity for shorter time of spam or whatever. So you can by doing this, you can save more cost on this. And second thing, whenever high repetitive task is there, you can outsource. And third, when administration type of job like security, like cleaning, like some other stuff like accounting, you can outsource that activity also. And friend, the last one is the types of outsource. By how you can make effective in this, make sure that task is necessary. So those activity you need to outsource in which very important task is there, you can outsource it. And second thing, whenever you feel you have to create the KPI to track the record, because when you outsource, ultimately accountable is you. So you need to make the KPI to track it. So friends, I hope you will be very much clear about delegation and outsource activity. Now time to come to move in the technical topic, which is DIN EN 10204, metallic product, types of inspection and documents. So friends, in this specification, the scope what we cover, this documents specify the different types of inspection documents supplied to purchaser in accordance with the requirement of the order for the delivery of all metallic product like plate, sheet, casting, bar and forging. You can also cover some non-metallic material also, but mainly we use these kind of MTC or inspection documents for plate, sheet, casting, bar and forging. So we will cover in this type 2.1 inspection documents, type 2.2 inspection documents, type 3.1 inspection document, type 3.2 inspection documents. So friends, before understanding or before go in the detail in this type of inspection class, I want to cover two definitions which is very helpful to understand these types of inspection. Number one is the non-specific inspection. Number two is the specific inspection. So I will cover first non-specific inspection. Inspection carried out by the manufacturer accordance with his own procedure to assess whether product defined by the same product specification and made by the same manufacturing process are in compliance with the requirement or order or not. Product inspection are not necessarily the actual product supplied. So in non-specific inspection, friends, it is not necessary the result or compliance you are providing is the actual product what you are going to provide, because the result actually you can take from the previous experience also, and you can give the compliance to your client that in this component we have performed in the same family earlier the testing and we got the result, and whatever we are providing the result based on that. Okay, if I am talking about the specific inspection, so inspection carried out before delivery, this is important terms, friends, you need to take care. Inspection carried before delivery means we are performing testing on the actual component what we are going to deliver according to product spec on the product to be supplied or on the test units of which products supplied are part, in order to verify that products are in compliance with requirement of the order. So friends, now we will discuss about inspection documents based on non-specific inspection and inspection documents based on specific inspection, like inspection type 2.1 inspection, 2.2 inspection, 3.1 inspection and 3.2 inspection. So the friends, first we will discuss about inspection document based on non-specific inspection, and in non-specific inspection we will cover like type 2.1 and type 2.2. So first we will discuss about definition side of it. So documents, if I'm talking about inspection type 2.1, so in that, like documents in which like manufacturer declared that products supplied are in compliance with the requirement of the order without inclusion of the test. Like supplier or manufacturer will not declare any test result. He will simply say like he comply that material or whatever he is supplying is meet the requirement in a compliance form. But when we are talking about type 2.2 inspection, so manufacturer documents in which manufacturer declare that the products supplied are in the compliance with the requirement of the order and in which he supplied test result based on non-specific inspection. So friend, it means like supplier or manufacturer states that he is not providing test result on the actual component what he is supplying, but the test result data he takes from the data which he tested earlier, and that data is not related with particular this batch, but this is for the same family. Okay, so now I am talking about the documents contain. So in inspection type 2.1, the document content type is statement of compliance with the order. But if I am talking about the type 2.2, statement of compliance with the order with which indicates of the result of non-specific inspection. And if I am talking about the designation of the document type, so in 2.1, declaration of the compliance with the order. If I am talking about the type 2.2, it's a test result. So who validated the document? In both the cases, manufacturer is the responsible. Manufacturer validated the documents. So time comes to understand the inspection document based on the specific inspection. So as we already learned in the previous section that what is the difference between specific and non-specific inspection. So specific inspection basically on the actual component itself. So if I'm talking about the type 3.1 definition side of it, so documents issued by the manufacturer, he declared that products supplied are in compliance with the requirement of the order and in which he supplied test result. The documents is validated by the manufacturer authorized inspection representative independent of the manufacturing department. So like the person who is validating the report, who is signing the report, he shall be he shall be separate from the manufacturing department. So like if manufacturer have the quality department, so department inspector can validate the document or sign the paper. So friends, if I'm talking about the type 3.2 inspection, so document prepared by both the manufacturer authorized inspection representative independent of the manufacturing department and either the purchaser authorized inspection representative or inspector designated by the official regulation and in which they declare that products supplied are in compliance with the requirement of the order in which test results are supplied. So friends, the purchaser authorized inspection means the client. So this testing and documents will be prepared in the presence of both manufacturer quality department person or inspection representative and purchaser quality department person or purchaser authorized person or purchaser or client identify any third party like Bureau Veritas, like TUV, like Lloyd, whatever, like so many third parties there. So client is having client is having flexibility to choose any one of that, and he can also send his inspection representative also.
Both the person will witness the testing, noted the result in MTC, sign the MTC, and that is called 3.2. So friends, one more difference, like in 3.1, it shall be permissible for the manufacturer to transfer on the inspection certificate 3.1 relevant test result obtained by specific inspection on primary or incoming product he uses, provided that the manufacturer operates traceability procedure and can provide the corresponding inspection document required. The similar happened with 3.2 inspection also, like it shall be permissible for the manufacturer to transfer on the inspection certificate 3.2 relevant test result obtained by specific inspection on primary or incoming product he uses, provided that the manufacturer operate traceability procedure and can provide the corresponding inspection document required. So some more key point I am discussing which are similar in both 3.1 and 3.2 inspection activity, like docs shall be validated by a responsible person. A responsible person like name and position shall be mentioned over the MTC, otherwise it will not define like person belong to which department. So name and position shall be mentioned over the MTC. And second thing, like retention and transmission of the document shall be either electronic data or paper form. So you can save in the soft form also or in the hard copy also. Now this flexibility says BSEN 10204.
So friends, if you like my this video, I'm trying to cover whatever I can do, I can make, I made it for you. And if you like it, please do like, and if you not subscribe my channel yet, please subscribe. This channel is basically we are providing free knowledge to everyone. The concept and the thought process to create this channel for providing information to all of the guys who are working in industry, the same related industry. And friends, you can find me in LinkedIn, you can find me in Facebook, you can find me in Telegram and YouTube. Thank you so much, friends.